Day 2 of mandatory minicamp has wrapped up. Seemed like, well, it wrapped up at the same time, but the observations were out a little while sooner than we've been getting. So shout out to Tim TWENTYMAN. Shout out to the Pride of Detroit guys as well. We're going to jump straight into it, man. I saw a lot of good stuff in here, some kind of bad stuff, but for the most part, our team looks like it's going to be some hard decisions that need to be made as the preseason rolls around and comes to an end. When we have to reduce that team to 53 man plus the 16 practice squad, and we have those 69 players available, those 21, it could be some fan favorites in those 21 guys that are cut. So keep that in mind. But this first thing right here, had just talked about this guy. Here's what Tim TWENTYMAN had to say about Levi Onwuzurike. Says redemption season, 4th year, his last year, defensive lineman Levi Onwuzurike has caught my eye a couple of times this spring. He's finally passed the back injury that limited him his first 2 seasons. That's good. He's gained 15 pounds this offseason and has expanded his duties to play a little bit on the edge at the big end as well as inside. He made a really nice play Wednesday in the backfield that blew up a drill when he got to quarterback Hendon Hooker for a sack. And that is the type of stuff that we want to hear coming out of training camp and mini camp about Levi. I mean, we had high expectations. 2nd round pick, right? Has been hampered by back issues. We've had huge expectations. When you're drafted that high, you got to perform. And he has been, I think, less than stellar is an understatement. This is his year. If he's finally healthy, that back has been keeping him down for a long time. If he's finally healthy, this is his year. He got a lot to prove this year, because whether he's playing on the Detroit Lions or on a different team, he's playing for a contract, his 2nd contract. Now, he's not going to get a huge payday. I don't want to see this guy go the way of Austin Bryant. You guys remember Austin Bryant? I think he was another kind of higher pick that had massive potential, but what about him? He could never stay healthy. And now I think he is a Tennessee Titan, if I'm not mistaken, barely on the practice squad. So I don't want to see that happen to Levi. But again, we're talking about a 3rd-year player that has to step up as well. He started doing it at the end of last season, and he goes by the name of Jameson Williams. Here were some points that Tim observed about Jamo making plays. I thought the wide receiver Jameson Williams had a nice Wednesday. He made a lunging catch along the right sideline early in practice in the team drill. In the same drill, he made a contested catch over the middle. Later, Goff launched a deep ball down the right sideline in a 7-on-7 period, and Williams made a nice over-the-shoulder grab. There's that 2nd time now, after a little bit of hand fighting on tight coverage from Carlton Davis. Now, I'm going to put the link to this article in the description below. That is fantastic. That's exactly what we want to hear from Jameson Williams, about Jameson Williams. He has to take a monster jump this year, going from a couple, what was it in his first year? Maybe 200, 100 and something. Then the 2nd year, 350 plus, I believe. Now with no Josh Reynolds. With him, we're already assuming that this guy is going to be the number 2. I think you can't be taken 12th overall and be the 3rd or 4th string wide receiver. You've got to be a compliment. You've got to be Robin to St. Brown's Batman. He has to step up. And you know what? I think he will. If Jamo can hold on to the football, he will be fine. That's what he needs to do. He seems more confident. He seems more settled. He seems more assured of himself. So I'm excited. So I mentioned in the previous video, Matthew Betts was a guy I was going to be watching. Jameson Williams is going to be a guy as well. He's going to be a guy as well, just to see that progression. Now, he's not going anywhere. He's going to be in the starting lineup. There's no doubt about it. But I want to see that jump. How big was that jump between year 2 and year 3 for Jamo? Essentially his year 2 because of his injury. So that is fantastic. Now we're going to move on. And again, check out the article. It will be linked in the description. We're going to move on to something that is turning out to be quite the intriguing battle, and that is the kicking competition. Here's what Tim had to say. Says Michael Badgley and James Turner got a chance to make a number of kicks during team situation periods. I had Badgley missing the first 2 field goals wide left from around 55. Now, at 54 yards, I was right under the goalpost. I just need to cut 1 second. I got to show some love for Michael Badgley because due to his 54-yard attempt and the kick, that was the difference between us beating the Rams and losing to the Rams. So he will always get props from me. But Michael, we going to need you to do better, bro. If you're trying to be our starting kicker, we going to need you to do better. But here's something. Check this out. Says he made his next 3 kicks from shorter distance. Turner made all 5 of his kicks on the afternoon. So this now is the second time between these 2 gentlemen, if I remember correctly, that James Turner, the undrafted kicker from Michigan, has had the upper hand on Michael Badgley. Shout out to RG, and has no belief in Michael Badgley. And I'm starting to maybe see why now. Even though Badgley went, if I'm not mistaken, according to ESPN stats, he hit all his field goals in the regular season for us. Because remember, we started the year with Riley Patterson. He came back, hit the field goals, and was clutch. I think he went 3 for 3, 4 for 4 in the postseason. And one of those was, helping us win our first playoff game. But yesterday's price ain't today's price. Last year's kicks ain't this year's kicks. And with Michael Badgley, season about to be over, who also is going to be competing, right? And James Turner, wouldn't that be a trip? We went from Riley Patterson to Michael Badgley to Riley Patterson to Michael Badgley to an undrafted kicker as the starting kicker. That would be insane. There will be a kicker on the practice squad. There's always one on the practice squad. So if Michael loses out on the job, will he go on the practice squad? Will we try to get Jake Bates? I don't know, but we will see. And here is the final part of this. And then, like I said, go check out, show Tim some love. A shout out to Michael Hara as well. He will be retiring in the next week. So it's going to be weird not seeing him and hearing his voice, talk to Dan, seeing the shows and stuff like that. When I think of Tim, I think of Mike, and it's going to be weird. So congratulations to Michael Hara, man. Great career. Been doing it a long time, like over 50 years. I think it's been even longer than that. So, but here is the game situation. Tim says competition raised. Says head coach Dan Campbell put the offense in a tough spot, down 34-28 with 15 seconds left on the clock and the ball at the 16-yard line, which means we need to score and then get that extra point. A short completion to Williams got the ball to the 10-yard line with 11 seconds left. After a little scuffle between tackle Dan Skipper and linebacker Derek Barnes, golf through high to wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown in the end zone with 6 seconds left. The final play of the drill was Goff going back to St. Brown in the end zone for a touchdown. Skipper was sure to let Barnes and the rest of the defense know it was a touchdown too. I like to see that type of competitive spirit this time of year. So again, the offense, Goff had kind of an off day yesterday, but the offense looks like it's back to clicking. And one thing I like about Jared Goff is he seems to be better. A lot of people in the comment section were starting to freak out about this. And I'm telling you, you don't have to worry about Jared Goff. They're thinking he's going to duplicate that LA Rams situation. He got the bag. He flamed out. I don't think that's going to happen. Jared Goff is much older. He's much more mature. He's much more composed. He fits here. He's at home here. Plus, he about to get married. So I think he going to be all right. I think if he ain't, whatever else he need, he going to be okay. Okay. And what I'm saying, he going to have a loving wife to take care of him at home, a big fat paycheck to do whatever he want. Jared Goff is going to be fine. Okay. Just relax. You guys tell me all the time, let the season play out. The dude ain't going nowhere. Okay. I don't think he's going to crumble. Just breathe in, breathe out. Everything's going to be okay. Remember y'all was telling me that about the pass rush? Just relax. Jared Goff is going to be fine. We're not going to see a repeat of contract extension LA Rams Jared Goff. It's not going to happen. But let me know your thoughts on day 2 of mandatory minicamp. There is one more day left, and then we will be breaking for the OTAs, which is the final thing of the off season. After that, it's just sending the fellas off and having them get ready for the season. I was going to show you guys my viewership and how it goes for this channel and how I appreciate all of you and try to appeal to those folks that don't quite subscribe. They watch all the time, but they just won't subscribe for whatever reason. And I forgot to take a screenshot of this information, but that's okay because I can figure it out a different way, which is what I'm doing now. So I'm going to take a snapshot of that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Got you here, got you there. We're going to say save that. Then we're going to go to the actual picture. I usually have this stuff pulled up in my system, but not today. And then we're going to turn the camera around because I want to show you. Okay. So this is, as you can't even see, I cut it off. Cut it off. Anyway. So if you're not a subscriber and you watch all the time, consider subscribing. We're just trying to get to 21K. We're trying to get to 21K. Listen, 21K is going to look so beautiful because I've been stuck in the 20s for a while, and I appreciate 20K. I really do. I'm not hating, but when you do YouTube content, there you have little lulls, right? And you get stuck at certain numbers. The 7s are real notorious just for being stuck at anywhere in the 7s. So consider subscribing. My returning viewers for the last 28 days, I have 41,421. You want to know what a returning viewer is? Viewers who already watched your channel previously and return to watch in the selected period of time. Okay. So that would be you guys that keep coming back, but might not subscribe. Okay. I do it too. So I understand. And new viewers, 11,447. What is a new viewer? Viewers who discovered your channel for the first time in the selected period. So as you can see, I have 4 times more regular viewers than I do new viewers. And that is the secret and what makes this channel so successful. So even though I bug a lot of you, you just can't help yourself but to come back. So consider subscribing. Don't ask for it a lot, but I am going to ask for it for the next few times. So I appreciate you guys. Got a gentle nudge, man, because I'm a YouTuber and that's what we do. So let me know your thoughts about OTAs. What was your favorite part? And please go read this article as well. Support local journalism. Tim does a great job. I know a lot of people can't stand him, but I like him. And he does a great job. I would love to be inside, man. I really would. I would love to have a guy inside to be able to, feed me information and stuff like that. But, maybe one day. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Consider subscribing, hit the like button. And also, okay, let me know if those 2 things light up. Y'all not doing it, man. Y'all not letting me know. Are you too afraid to say you weren't subscribed? It's okay. It's okay. We all on the same team. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. I'll see you mandatory minicamp day 3.